As of today, I've been on Zepbound for 33 weeks. Can you believe it? 33 weeks. Time sure flies when you're having fun, right? I've been on Zepbound for 33 weeks. I've lost 63 pounds. And in this episode, I'm sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly with you about Zepbound and any of those GLP-1 medications. Hello, 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 bold, brave, and brilliant ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Zepbound Journey with Ange. I'm Angela Durant. My friends call me Ange, and you can too. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. We're having new subscribers and visitors every single day as we are growing our little channel. So thank you for being here. If you like what you hear here, if it resonates with you, please like and share and subscribe. We would love to have you join our community. And that's what we call it, a community, because it really is. And you'll see why at the more time you spend with us. Today I've lost 63 pounds, right? Or 62.8 pounds in 33 weeks on Zepbound. I am on one of the highest doses of Zepbound. I'm at 12.5 milligrams. I've been here for months and months and months. I have not gone up to the 15 yet. However, that may be coming. But for now, I'm on 12.5 milligrams. I started at 5 milligrams. I didn't start at the 2.5. I started at 5. I jumped to 10. And then from 10, I went to 12.5. And a lot of that had to do with the shortage and not being able to find it. But I've been through quite a bit. I think that this medication was something that, in my mind, was a game changer for me because I'm someone who struggled with my weight all of my life. I have lost 63 pounds on taking Zepbound so far, and the journey is not over yet. I'm only like halfway there, but that's more weight than I've lost after having gastric bypass surgery. Can you believe it? More weight than I've lost since having gastric bypass surgery. But in this episode, I really want to talk to you about the good, bad, and ugly. But before I do that, I have something to show you, ladies and gentlemen. I always say that we have a community of brilliant ladies and a few good men. But I want to show you something. So today I put on a pair of jeans for you because I tried these jeans on earlier this week, and I was shocked. Okay. So first of all, you see, this looks like an average pair of jeans, right? Boyfriend jeans, no big deal, right? Well, let me show you this. So I put these jeans on, and to my surprise, they were huge. Look at that. Can you believe it? These jeans were much bigger than I had ever thought. I went to go put them on like I always wear them, but I hadn't worn them in a while. And look how big they are. I was so surprised to see that. So much so that I don't even have to unbutton them. I can just slide them right off. Can you believe that? Okay, let me take these off and show them to you and show you what I'm looking like. So these jeans, at one point, right before I started Zepbound, they were kind of snug on me. These are the jeans. Can you see that? So let me just say that these jeans have to go now. They're no longer going to be in my closet because they don't fit me anymore. And this belt is on the last buckle. This is the last buckle. And this belt, there was a time I couldn't even wear this belt because it was too big for me. So now I'm going to have to put holes in it to make it tighter because it's on the last buckle. I'm going to move back a little bit, show you what I'm looking like. This is me. 63 pounds down with lots more to go. But I had to show you that. My jeans, look at my jeans. My boyfriend jeans. They don't fit anymore. They really don't fit anymore. So we're going to talk about the good, bad, and ugly of Zepbound. Well, that's a good thing. But let's talk about some other things and why some people are really afraid to take the medication. Okay? Because that's an exciting thing when your jeans don't fit anymore because you are losing weight, not because they're too tight, because you've gained weight, right? But I want to say that there are risks with this medication. And taking GLP-1 medication, there are risks, and many people are afraid to take it because of those risks. Constipation, nausea, diarrhea, right? And the fact that you'd have to take this medication for life. Now, I've been really fortunate. Over the 8 months that I've been on this, 33 weeks I've been on this medication, I have only had constipation like once really, really bad, maybe twice that was questionable. But I'm pretty regular. I drink a lot of water, and I try to eat a pretty balanced meal. I eat veggies, so I'm pretty regular, but not everybody is. So that's something that you need to know about. Many people take additional supplements to help them with that. Okay. Diarrhea, don't really have diarrhea. And nausea, I haven't felt nauseous on this medication. Now, I have heard that for those people who are on Wegovy, they do feel nauseous sometimes. One of my friends felt so nauseous that she said she has to discontinue taking it. So I told her to not give up, but to try tirzepatide, the Zepbound, and maybe that would help her better. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Wegovy and Ozempic are the same medication by Novo Nordisk. Just Wegovy is FDA approved for obesity management, weight management, and then Ozempic is for type 2 diabetics. Okay, and then the same is true and that's considered a semaglutide. On the other side of the track is the tirzepatides, and that is Mounjaro, if you've heard of Mounjaro, and Zepbound. They're the same medication. It's just that Zepbound is FDA approved for obesity and weight management. Okay. So I told my friend, try to go on Zepbound or tirzepatide, because I've heard that people have less side effects on that, on what we're on. But I wasn't on Wegovy, but I was on Ozempic, and I didn't feel nauseous. So everybody's different. And I always say, I'm not a doctor. This is my journey that I'm sharing with you, but check with your doctor, talk to your doctor, let her or him know how you're feeling on the medication, because that can be an ugly side of the medication, right? Okay. The other thing that was ugly there for quite a while was the inability to get the medication, right? So if you're somebody who's searched high and low to try to get the medication and you couldn't, and for that reason you're not on it, or you couldn't stay on it, that is an ugly side of it, because you should be able to go to the doctors and get whatever you need. You should be able to go to the pharmacy and get what you need. Many of you have gone to compounds because of that. I've never tried the compound because I could always get my medication from the local Wegmans here in their pharmacy. It's a grocery store in their pharmacy. No problem getting the 12.5. But before I did start on that, I was prescribed Wegovy, which my insurance covered, but I couldn't get it. So I was 8 months on a waiting list for Wegovy, and I eventually decided to go with Zepbound and pay out of pocket, which leads me to the other ugly side of this medication, right? People don't really think of it as an ugly side of the medication, but it really is, and that is the cost. The cost can be prohibitive, and I think that's a sin. I think for people who really need this medication, they should be able to get it. They shouldn't have to worry about, can they afford it, right? And so my pharmacy told me, and I live on the East Coast, that it would be $1,250 a month for a month's supply of Zepbound if my insurance didn't cover it. So because my insurance covers it, along with the coupon that I've been using, it's only been $24.99, $25. But that is an ugly side of, trying to deal with being on these medications. And then the last thing that I'll say, I'm sure there are more, but these are the top of mind things that I wanted to share with you, is the fact that we may have to be on this medication for the rest of our lives, right? For the rest of our lives, you have to take this medication, because the minute that you go off of the medication, the weight starts creeping back on again. Now, I've talked to different people within our community, and some of them say they're titrating down, they're decreasing their doses, and ultimately they will be off the medication. And they think that they've learned, their habits are good enough now that they can survive and thrive and maintain their weight loss without the medication. I would say to you that you have to know yourself. You can try it if that's for you. But for me, I know myself well enough to know that I will probably be on the medication for the rest of my life. I'm not somebody who can manage without the medication. And it's because I do have the disease of obesity. And my issue with the food is up here. It's my brain, right? And I always say that with this medication, that hungry beast that is insatiable, when I take the medication, it puts that beast on the leash and it gives me back control. So I can walk back by foods that I would normally not be able to walk by, and I can say no thank you to them. I can tell that little beast, that little angry, hungry beast, have a seat. We're still working. We're recording our videos. We're talking to the people right now. So we're gonna just wait until we're after we're talking to the people to have a meal, right? In the past, I could not do that. I could not do that without this medication. And I will tell you, gastric bypass did not do that for me. Having the lap band, which I had the gastric lap band before bypass, could not do that for me. So for me, this medication, I believe this medication is a medication I'll be on for life. And my nutritionist, who I just saw again yesterday, said to me, some people are losing their weight. They're getting to a healthy weight range, and they're coming off of the medication. And then when they see the weight start creeping back on, they try to go back on the medication. And the doctors, their insurance companies are denying them because now they're not morbidly obese anymore. They're not type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic anymore. All those metrics of poor health are gone. And so the insurance companies are saying, no, denied, you can't go back on it. So I asked my nutritionist, so what should we do? Or what should somebody in that situation do? And she said she would recommend titrating down to the lowest dose. Instead of going completely off of it, titrating down to the lowest dose. And if you need to, spreading out your dose instead of having it once a week, maybe you have it every 2 weeks or something like that, right? You modify, you have kind of a micro dose to help you so that you still have access to the medication. So talk to your doctors about that, but I wanted to share that with you because I thought that was something interesting. The other thing I wanted to mention is I was doing a training in someone else's community, not even about weight loss management, obesity, nothing to do with this. It was about business, and entrepreneurs were in the audience, and we were talking about videos and YouTube and all of that. And someone raised their hand. People were asking me questions, and someone raised their hand. And to my surprise, her question wasn't about building a business. It wasn't about any of that. She was like, I think she had Wegovy. She goes, I have Wegovy. My doctor prescribed it to me, and I've been stockpiling it. I was like, what do you mean? She said, I have it all stocked in my refrigerator, but I'm afraid to take it. I was like, you're afraid to take it? She goes, I'm so afraid to take it. So I'm afraid of the side effects. And I said, well, the side effects are real. They could happen. And I shared with her what my experience was and said, we could take it offline because this platform is not what we're talking about right here. But I gave her my phone number and said, you're welcome to call me. Because so many people, and she's not the first person I heard, that I've gotten the prescriptions, right? They got them filled, but they won't take the medication. So I would say to you that if your doctor prescribed it, it's probably because they feel like you could do well on it. And you need to talk to them, talk through that. But if it's about the needle, because some people don't like that, the idea of taking a needle freaks them out. The Wegovy and the Zepbound come in pens. If you're not on the compound or you don't have the vials, come in pens. They're so easy. I'm telling you, it's so easy that you would not even think. If I gave it to you, you probably would say, well, when are you going to give it to me? When do I feel the needle? And I would say, you're all done. It's all done. It's already, you got the medication. And you would probably say, what? It already happened? It's just like that. It's nothing. I don't even feel a bee sting. I feel like nothing. And so sometimes I have to check the injection site to see, did I actually give it to myself? Did it spill out somewhere? Did it misfire? Right? And I'll see a little tiny prick and I'll say, okay, I got it. So that's nothing to be afraid of. Like, it's nothing to be afraid of. But if you're somebody who's afraid of the side effects, and there are some that can be pretty severe, like I shared the most common ones with you, but do your research And I think it's good, it's healthy to be concerned about what happens if something goes left. That is definitely something you want to be concerned about. Okay, but don't be afraid to take it. You don't have to be afraid, and what it can do for you, I think, far outweighs the fear that you might have. Those are all side effects, and people can be most frightened by them, and really afraid of the needle. But don't be afraid of the needle. Okay. So now I want to talk to you about the good things. I want to talk to you about the good things. I already showed you my boyfriend jeans. My boyfriend jeans don't fit anymore, right? So I'm excited about that. And I'll say the good things about the medication is that it can really change your life, right? It has for me. I'm not, it's not hard to take, right? I feel like it's not hard to do this. It was hard to do. For me, it was hard to do some of the other diets and other regimens that I was on. It was hard. I felt like I was white knuckling it, trying to get from one meal to the next meal and not go off track. That was hard. This is not hard. This is not hard. At least it hasn't been for me, but it is life changing. The fact of what it does to my brain, how it quiets the food noise, it shuts down that head hunger, is miraculous to me, because nothing else I've ever done has been able to do that. In addition to that, I no longer suffer from sleep apnea. I used to stop breathing in the middle of my night, or have to sleep with a mask on my face, and I hated that. And would snore, right? I'm not snoring at night anymore. My husband gets a peaceful night's sleep now, right? And when he holds me, he's like, I can feel there's less of you, right? So that's been life-changing for me. I'm no longer, I was like on the cusp of becoming a diabetic, right? I was like right there. And every time my doctor saw me, my numbers were getting higher and higher, right? That's not what's happening anymore. And I don't know if you've read it or not, but there's a study coming out that said that you are 94% less likely to develop diabetes on this medication. 94%. That's incredible. And, for somebody who has a history of people in my family with diabetes, it's a pretty scary thing. Like, my grandfather had to have his leg amputated because he was diabetic. And that's scary. That's really scary. I feel better. I feel like I'm looking better. I can fit into cuter clothes. And I always try to dress nice. I was always a woman to try to carry myself well and dress nice. But it's so much easier when you don't have to hunt for clothes, when you can put something on and it's flattering, right? So it really has changed my life. And I would say, what price would you put on that? Like, what price would you put on that to not stop breathing in the middle of the night, to not be carrying 63 extra pounds around on your frame? And I have a petite frame. I'm only 5'2.5". Imagine carrying around 63 pounds, right, on your frame. What's the price that you would put on that you now may have extended your life because you're losing this weight, right? That's priceless. To me, that is really priceless. And so, for those reasons, I feel like this medication, these drugs are really game changers for people, right? And the other thing I would say, which has been a pleasant surprise and so rewarding, is in the process of going on this journey, I've started this YouTube channel and met all of you and really started to build a community. And I absolutely love you guys. I love you guys. You've been such a great support to me. I think I would have lost weight on the medication, but I don't know that I would have lost it as fast without having a supportive, kind, caring community. And if you haven't already subscribed, I want you to like and subscribe. And in addition to that, my channel in just 45 days monetized. And I could not believe it, that, I was having fun getting to meet all of you and creating these videos and just being myself. And YouTube says, we'll pay you, right? We'll pay you. Let's partner. And so I did, just 45 days in, and started to teach other people how to do it. right? I have a program. I'm actually doing the second iteration of a beta. So for those of you who might be interested in it, it's called Be Brilliant on YouTube, right? Because Be Brilliant, the Be Brilliant movement is my brand. And so I'm calling it Be Brilliant on YouTube, where I help you brand and build your YouTube channel so that you can share your stories of transformation. You can reach the audiences that are out there. There's so many people out there that maybe you're specifically called to serve, right? And inspire hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people, right? Just imagine the impact that you could have. I was talking to someone who joined the program and I said, why do you want to have a YouTube channel? And she said, because I've been sitting on my story, because I have a powerful story to tell and to share. And I know that if I have the courage to share it, if I have the courage to go and press the record button, right? If I have the courage to be vulnerable and put myself out there, I know that my story will change lives. I know that my story will impact other people. And she's right. She's right. So she's building up her channel. She just finished her first video, so she's going to do a few more to get started, and I'll have her on, so you'll eventually get a chance to meet her as well. But it's pretty incredible. So if this is something that you've thought about having a YouTube channel, I'm calling all of you, and I know it's not for everybody, but for those of you who are brave, I'm calling you to really step in and share your stories on YouTube. You'll be really glad that you did. It's amazing. And, maybe you'll monetize and they'll pay you. YouTube will pay you for your message, right? Again, I monetized my channel in just 45 days, and I would love to show you exactly how I did it. So if you're interested, all you have to do is just send me an email. I'll also put the link to the program here. It's still in beta, so the price, the investment for it is low. It's the lowest that it's going to be. So if you're interested, snatch it up soon, because we're going to start the next cohort of people in beta, going through the beta really soon. But you can also send me, if you want to talk to me, you can also send me an email at Angela@BeBrilliantMovement.com. That's Angela@BeBrilliantMovement.com. So that was a wonderful thing that happened as a result of going on YouTube and being vulnerable and sharing my story. I don't think any woman, or maybe men either, want to go on video and tell people what they weigh when they weigh almost 300 pounds. I was almost 300 pounds when I started this. Before I started this, I was well over 300 pounds, right? But it's a journey that has touched the lives of so many people. Over 1.8 million people have, YouTube has put my videos in front of 1.8 million people, right? Not all of them have watched it yet, but they're coming every day. More and more people are watching, hundreds of thousands of people. So I want to thank you all for being so supportive, for being here. We talked about the good, bad, and ugly of this medication. There are risks. Like, everything you hear is not fantastic, right? There are some things that happen that we got to pay close attention. You got to know your body. You got to listen to your body, and you need to have a good medical support. I'm surrounded by a whole team of people that are helping me on my weight loss journey, including all of you who are very supportive, right? So again, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, right? Leave a comment. I answer every single comment that's left. So maybe take me a little bit longer when there's a lot of comments in there, but I really do want to hear from you. I care about you. I care about your questions. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And when I'm not able to answer some questions, I bring on special guests who are experts who can also answer those questions for you. So with that, I want you to go out there. I want you to be bold, because it takes boldness to take these steps to invest in your health and to be an advocate for you. I want you to be brave, step into the light, out of the shadows. We've been, as plus size people, as people who struggle with their weight, as people who struggle with the disease of obesity, there's been a stigma in the United States, at least. And a lot of us kind of felt like we had to dim our light or hide. Not anymore. I want you to step into the light. Let people see you. People are watching you. People are watching your transformation. And it's a transformation externally, yeah, on the outside, but it's also a transformation from the inside out too. So be bold and brave to do that. and be brilliant. Be brilliant because you are. And when you show up, you shine. When you show up, you shine. And that has an impact on a lot of other people. So thank you so much for joining. So glad to see you here. Don't forget to subscribe. We want to keep growing our little channel. We appreciate you. Be bold, be brave, be brilliant. Take care. Love you guys. Bye for now. Bye-bye.